Just fire it up.
Okay, it's recording locally.
Okay. We'll just fire up the Facebook
Okay,
because we only have
and
2 more minutes.
you're live.
Hey, everybody. We are live on Facebook. I'm Alice Lada. Joining me soon will be my partner in crime, radio, Facebook Live crime, Jorge Ortiz. He's
Don
here.
Jorge, I have arrived.
The Glenn Beck look-alike, Colonel Sanders. We don't know.
No.
No.
Don't compare me to Colonel Sanders.
It was fun, George. We got a great show in store for you tonight. We're going to be talking to Life Choices tonight, Benefit Clinic, and we're going to talk about the Laugh for Hope. But before we do that, we have some announcements and different things. And I want to remind you, okay, have you planned to see the movie Unplanned? Because if you haven't, plan to see it because it is a really great movie and we're going to talk all about it. George and I, that's why we didn't have a show last Thursday. We were at the showing at the Arizona Center with 40
Unplanned.
Days for Life.
Everybody should see that movie.
Yes, everybody. So let's get announcements and everything out of the way. I don't want to forget. So we got to get our music back. But our theme music creator, my nephew David Beasley, he's from New Mexico, and he got into the Albuquerque Business Journal 40 under 40. Dot, dot, dot. Oh, way to go, David! Rockin'. David is actually, his many talents are composing music and writing songs, but in real life, what he does, he is a tax attorney, and he's a darn good one, too. So, anyway, big claps for him. Way to go. Way to rock that. David Beasley. Yeah. Okay, George. Let's see. We got a lot of announcements to do. I want to talk about if you are a Republican at all, you are welcome, and you live in the Phoenix area or close by. Next Wednesday, which is the 10th, our Central Republican Women of Phoenix is going to be having their monthly meeting, and it's going to be a good one. It always is. We are at the Blue Water Grill, which is over at about 17th Street on Camelback. And you can send your reservations to reservations at crwop.org. And it's $27. You get a full dinner, really good food. And our speaker is going to be Bill Gates. Bill Gates is the chairman of the Board of Supervisors for Maricopa County. And he's going to talk about elections, okay? And give us kind of an update and how things went. And it's not Bill Gates from, the famous Bill Gates, but we have our own Bill Gates here in Maricopa County, Arizona. But it will be a very, very good meeting. George, you're going to join us?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. You don't have to be a gal. George is in our auxiliary of the males, of the men. But come, if you're not a member, that's okay. We'd love to sign you up. As long as you're a Republican, you can join us. And we'd love to have you. So that's one thing.
That's at the Blue Water Grill.
Yes.
Upstairs at the top of the grill. I guess there's an elevator available, so get you up there. It's on 1702 East Camelback Road. 1702 East Camelback Road.
Okay, good. Should we talk about the Tea Party?
Yeah, we're having a big Tea Party Community Presents Patriotism Over Socialism rally. And it's going to be held on April the 15th, 2019 from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The Chips and Salsa crew is going to have a table there, believe it or not. Number 16 is our space. And we have all kinds of flyers and cards and stuff that we're going to be giving out. Unfortunately, we can't sell anything because they have rules there at the Gilbert Civic Center Park, and they requested you don't sell stuff. But it's going to be a great event. They have a great amount of speakers. The updated on the speakers I told you last week would be Andy Biggs, Brandon Tatum, Laura Lomer, Foster Fries, Sharon Slater, Dr. Kelly Ward, our chairman of the state Republican Party. I love saying that because she's a great chairman. Your MCs for the event is Kevin Jackson and Ron Lullers. Music is going to be provided by Breg Day, Inspire Choir, Kristen Melham, food. There'll be a food available for purchase. There'll be a food trucks and other food being sold there. Um, and for more details are going to be coming, but contact Pam Goodmanson if you can help in any way, including donations, at 480-813-0907. And it's going to be a great event.
And also, George, next week we're going to have Miranda. Oh gosh, I had her name in front of me. I have to get that for you a second. But Miranda's going to be here, and she's going to tell us all about it. And so we want to make sure this is, we're going to have a lot of familiar people there. A lot of our friends going to be there. Jennifer Harrison, Francine Romelsberg. And so we'd like you to spread the word. We'll be posting things. Susan Cavalier. Oh, we haven't seen Suzanne in a long time. Alex Molesky also. So there's going to be a lot of people that will be there.
This is going to be
Miranda
a great
Meyer. I'm sorry, Miranda.
And it's going to be a very great Tea Party event, a great Republican event, and come out and meet your Chips and Salsa crew at least. Let me see. TPC runs like Judicial Watch. We are the watchdogs over all areas of government where we feel the people are not being represented, and that's the whole. It's called Patriotism Over Socialism Rallying. So I think if you want to do something on the 15th, it's on Monday, come out to the rally. I think you'll really, really enjoy it. You're going to meet a lot of the people that you already know, a lot of friends, and the speakers are fantastic, with Congressman Andy Biggs and our chairman, Dr. Kelly Ward, and many more speakers. What's his name?
Brandon Tatum.
Brandon Tatum is fantastic. He's a fantastic speaker. He was on our show, wasn't he?
Yeah, I was going to say, he was on our show. He's the Black conservative with Turning Point USA, and he's just really dynamic. I mean, you won't be disappointed. So pay your taxes, get that out of the way.
And Kevin Jackson, I just saw him recently speak at
awesome.
Ron Lutter's meeting. It was on a Saturday. It's another Black conservative Republican that's fantastic. He doesn't mince words. So you have to come to this rally.
And is this free?
Huh?
Is it free?
It's free. There's no charge for the rally. Just come and enjoy the speakers, enjoy the meal. I mean, the food you have to buy, but come enjoy. We have a table, like I said, and I'm going to see if I can share our table with our Hispanic organization that we have going.
Carlo?
No, not Carlo.
Republican National Hispanic Assembly?
Yes, the National Assembly, where we can give out literature for people. I'm going to see if I can get them to give us literature.
Terry Mendoza, who's been on our show,
yeah.
So hopefully there's going to be a lot of stuff there. Just go.
It's going to be big.
For a little bit.
It's going to be big, and you'll see us all there, and it's going to be a great, great rally. So that's on April the 15th. Mark your calendars, 6 to 9 p.m.
Also, we've been asked to also talk about, by the way, thank you to the AZGOP. Leslie White, the executive director, recommended and is responsible for us broadcasting from the headquarters.
The People's House. We're in the People's House. We're recording from the Republican headquarters.
Arizona GOP headquarters.
And we've been cordially invited by the Republican Party to do our show here. And they're very good hosts, and we thank them for letting us do our show here, because it's a great privilege to do it here. I call this the new People's House, and this is the People's House. This whole building, it's taken a fantastic transformation. It makes you feel comfortable when you come in here. It makes you feel like you're really part of something large, and that's what our chairman has put into effect. A place where you come and you want to be involved in the Republican Party, want to be involved as a conservative, and it inspires you to go out and get committeemen to join your legislative districts, and it's fantastic. I'm so honored to be here in the
I think
people's
George
house.
is happy to be here. We're happy to be here. They wanted us also to talk about, there's a cool thing coming up. So the Republican Party of Arizona has a leadership and communication workshop that's coming up, okay? And they wanted us to mention it. So have you ever considered running for elected office? Are you a county chair? You want to improve yourself? Are you a precinct committeeman? Maybe you're interested in being a precinct committeeman. Anyway, this leadership and communications workshop, it is for you, and that's going to be on Saturday, April 27th at 9 a.m. And we'll post this link there, or you can also probably just go to the AZGOP website and find out about it. So event attendees, you'll learn how to develop a coherent and compelling message, and that way you can get more supporters and raise funds and all the stuff that you have to do. This is one event you don't want to miss. You can register now and you use a special discount code AZGOP. So you're going to learn how to connect and motivate people, craft a message, use the right words, and identify values to communicate and grow your community.
And if you want to run for an office, this is the perfect class for you to attend, or perfect meeting for you to attend, because
It's a workshop, actually.
it's a workshop, and it'll prep you on how to prepare yourself to go out into the community. And if you're running for whatever office, the school board, for a Senate, House of Representatives, anything, this is a good opportunity that the Republican Party is joining with, is sponsoring this. So.
And I would say the link, but it's kind of long. You'll forget it. Like I say, we'll put this up on our Facebook page so you could do it, so you can find it. You can always call the Republican Party. You
Right.
can call 602-957-7770. Lots of sevens for lucky. 602-957-7770.
And they answer their phones.
Yeah, you'll get connected.
They'll get right back to you if they don't. But I mean, this is an inclusive party now, so everybody's got to get on board.
Yes, and what George says is absolutely true. Also, our College Republicans United had asked us to announce that Spokes on Southern on Thursday, May 2nd, that's a restaurant, Spokes, is going to have between 12 p.m. and 11 p.m., 1470 East Southern Avenue in Tempe. They're going to have a fundraiser for them. So if you show a promo flyer during this checkout, and there's another link, we'll have to put that link on there. That links to the post here. And you can show to the checkout, and you can have 20% of your meal contributed to the College Republicans United. And they've been frequent guests on our show, Rick Thomas, Matt Northway, and they're working hard for Republican values. And so we'll be, having that information on the website too. Oh, I have to say, let me see, we have possibly a millennial muchacho who might be calling in our show today. We're going to try that. That's our buddy Preston Romero. If he's not able to call in, then what we might do is record his millennial muchacho moment. He's living in California now, so we always like the California update, and we can always post that on our Facebook page later. I don't want to go without saying, too, before we get into our featured guests here, but today is National Burrito Day.
Woohoo!
Da, 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 da. Did you have a burrito today, George?
No, but
George?
it makes me kind of hungry now. National Burrito Day.
I had a bean burrito today.
I was working today. I was at the racetrack. They had the Segway. People were able to ride Segways at the
Oh,
racetrack.
really? Did you ride one?
No, but
Why
I
not?
wanted
How
to so
fun.
bad. It's going to be going on until the 19th of May, every day, where you can go and hop on a Segway and ride around the track. A 2-hour tour of the track. So
does it? You pay to get in there? Or how does that work?
Yes, they charge.
And then you can do the Segway.
Yep.
But that looks like fun.
The cheapest is $39, and you ride in a golf cart, and they tour you around in the golf cart.
That's
Now,
cool.
If you do the Segway, it's a little bit more because you get to take pictures with the at the winning where the racers take pictures at
Oh,
the winner's
nice.
circle.
Oh, I just remembered too. On Tuesday of next week, that's the 9th, I believe, our legislative district, 27, we have a fantastic speaker. We're going to have Art Del Cueto. And if you watch Fox News at all, or more recently, he's been behind the president when the president went down to the border. He's a Border Patrol spokesperson, and he is awesome. And he's going to be at our LD. That's going to be Tuesday evening. We start the social hour about 6:30. All Republicans are welcome. The meeting starts at 7 o'clock, and that's at 1429 South. I hope I have this right. The address right, 14th Avenue. I should have everything in front of me. Shame on me for not. But that is at the Mountain Gate Clubhouse. So it's just a little bit south of Dobbins. The Arizona Humane Society is right there. It's almost just directly across from there. But that's going to be a really, really good meeting. Do we want to announce that this guy's running for office yet? What do you think? Well, I'm showing you because I'm trying to ask you before announcing it. Or you're just going to say it already? Okay, we're just going to say. We understand that we have someone possibly running for mayor. Well, he is. He announced it. For Maricopa Recorder, Stephen Richer. He's actually a precinct committeeman in my district. And he did a presentation not that long ago, and it was about the election at the Maricopa Recorder level. So he knows a lot of his stuff. I mean, the election has started for 2020, so that's why that workshop is good. You know, it's never too early to start because a campaign, I always tell people this too, if you're not going to run for office, if you've never run for office, try to work on a campaign, even if you go for a few hours and help, because people are always, you cannot appreciate the immense amount of work. George and I have been involved in campaigns. I've run for office. Luckily enough, I won my office. But it's a lot of work, and you would have a deep appreciation. Just help in any way you can. You find someone you want to support, throw a little support your way, whatever you can. Write a little check or go work on the campaign and give them some volunteer hours. Okay, any other announcements that we need to get to? Do we get to everything, George? What do you think?
Yeah.
We got the Tea Party stuff, college Republicans, the Women's Club, your LD. You guys have anybody coming up on your LD for the speaker?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Okay. All right, good deal. Okay, so now we get to our main event here on the Chips and Salsa Show. By the way, this is the first time you've tuned in. George and I are former Democrats, now Republicans, and we're busting the myth that just because you're Latino, you're this brown color, guess what? You can be a Republican too, because we are. We're conservative. And one of the things that we did, as we said last week, we went to see the movie Unplanned. And with that, we thought we also would invite our good friends from Life Choices to come on. And we welcome back Sheila Riley, director, right?
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for coming back and doing the show. And one of the main things, we'll talk a little bit about this now, and then we'll talk about your organization.
Sure.
But every year, we are blessed to be a part of Laugh for Hope. It's their big fundraiser. And we're trying to make it as bigger than last year, right?
That's right.
Okay, so tell the audience a little bit about this wonderful event.
Well, it's comedy night. There are 3 professional stand-up comedians, and they are very, very funny. I think a lot of people are sometimes scared to go to comedy shows because comedy has such a bad reputation. It's become so foul, but this is clean Christian comedy. So it's always a lot of fun. I think we have our best lineup of comedians this year ever.
Really? And yeah. I've gone to, about 3 now, I think? Mary's here. She's not on camera, but she's my coach. And what she's saying is absolutely true. We laugh. They are so funny. Hopefully you can go this year, George.
I'll try.
It's nonstop laughter for 2 hours. They just, we have Mike James. He's a local comedian. It's the first time we've had a local comedian. And Stacy Peterson, she is from Colorado. She does a lot of humor, family humor. Talks about her teenagers a little bit. And
always a good
funny.
topic, huh?
Very funny topic. She handles it very, very well. And then Robert G. Lee, he actually did promos, or he did the warm-ups for mini sitcoms, including Seinfeld. So, that laugh
really?
track that goes on. So between takes, there would be long breaks, and he would have to keep the audience engaged, and so he is the funny man behind the funny man. But
wow.
He is.
Oh man, I think you really do have a good lineup.
We have a wonderful lineup. Robert G. Lee, I think, is the funniest comedian. I do a lot of watching of YouTube in order to before we bring these comedians to town, and he is very, very funny. He does a lot of Christian humor. Mm-hmm. So he does a 5-minute Bible that's not insulting at all. But it is hysterical, and it's a fun night. And
Oh,
it's
I'm
safe.
excited as well, and we always have. And then when we go, I know you always have your mobile clinic is there, and you can go and check that out. And that's going to be at the Madison Center for the Arts.
Yeah, it's a new venue here in town. It's at 16th Street in about Missouri. It's a beautiful facility, and
That's a great location, very centralized.
very central. And the ticket price is they're $30 tickets, so it's very reasonably.
$30 for comedy for three
Yeah.
comedians.
That's right.
And what day is it?
April 26th.
April 26th.
3 weeks from tomorrow.
That's a Friday night, right?
It's a Friday night evening.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, we're so excited. So how can they get tickets?
Well, visit our website, laugh, the number 4, hope. So LAUGH 4 HOPE Phoenix PHX.com.
Awesome. And I think these guys brought some tickets for giveaway, so it's worth your while to watch. And I think the way we're going to handle this, George, if it's okay, if you email me, then I'm going to get like whatever 10th email that comes to me, and we'll award tickets that way. And I'll go ahead. I'll still correspond with you. I can, and you can send that to Alice ALICE at chips letter N salsashow.com. That's on our Facebook site too, in case you forget. And that's Alice ALICE at chips letter N salsashow.com. And you've got a couple tickets to give away, right?
We do, yeah.
Right on. I mean, that's $60. What a bargain. And come and join us, and we'll look for you. And you will not, I promise you will not be disappointed. Every year that I've gone, we've had a great time, and I'm looking forward to this brand new venue too. And usually you have some of the people that have benefited from your organization get up there and talk, and you can learn more about your organization, right?
Yeah, we're going to have a video that talks about the organization. It's a great way to support an organization. I think it's the best fundraiser around because it's a lot of fun. Everybody can enjoy themselves at a reasonable price and also support pro-life clinic.
So when
Excellent.
you guys go to the centers, you take the van, the mobile,
We have a mobile clinic. We have
The
2
mobile.
brick and mortar clinics
wow,
and a mobile clinic.
the mobile clinic. I was kind of curious about
So
that.
let's,
I've heard
before
about
we
that.
get into that,
Hmm.
let's explain what the organization is first.
Okay.
And then, because I kind of jumped the gun there, because I know you haven't been there. It's really cool. So explain what your organization does and how fantastic it is.
I'll be glad to. We're pro-life women's healthcare. So, we offer crisis pregnancy services that includes pregnancy testing, counseling, ultrasounds. We have an apartment so we can provide emergency housing, and we can provide medical care. So women, when they're pregnant, have medical concerns. We have a practitioner on staff who will meet with her, and we see these women until they're out of the crisis, and we can send them off for OB care. And then we also have gynecological care. So we're an alternative for women who are looking for health care and maybe don't have insurance and will go to a Planned Parenthood or an abortion facility thinking that's going to be low cost. Well, it really isn't usually low cost, but ours is. Ours are $30 office visits, so it's very reasonable price for an office visit for general gynecological care, and we can usually get people in really quickly as well. So it's a nice.
And what's the criteria for being able to take advantage of that?
We don't have a criteria. So yes, we will see women if they have insurance. We don't take insurance, so then they will normally have a doctor, a private doctor they'll see. But so for the uninsured, we will offer them the services, and they can see the services on our website at lcwcaz.org, and see if that's something we can offer for them.
Great. And then
No,
your question.
because when you watch Unplanned, and you see the people out there for 40 days for life, and you see them praying for they're trying to stop the girls from going in, trying to talk them out of it. Yours is a different organization that actually has ultrasounds for the women, has the mobile unit. And I was kind of curious about the mobile unit where girls can walk in there and be treated. Well, they don't have to go into that abortion clinic. You guys, maybe you could explain that a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the movie and I was like, trying to compare.
Wait till you see their mobile clinic. It's awesome.
Are you
So
going to have it
Winnebago.
at the?
You know, we have a new venue, so I have to talk to them about the parking situation for the mobile unit, but,
Okay.
because it's a underground parking. So we may or may not have it, I can't guarantee that, but, you know, we can do everything in the mobile unit that we do in our brick and mortar offices. So it's a very small, medical clinic with a waiting room, a bathroom, an exam room. And so we can offer medical services. And one of the places that we can park is at the abortion clinic and put a sign up offering an alternative. And like in the movie Unplanned, you know, I started as a sidewalk counselor first, and we decided, hey, we need a place to send women because they are going into the abortion clinic and then making a U-turn and changing their minds and saving those babies' lives. And that's important to be able to then say, we have help for you. You're not going to be alone. And we have medical services, and you know, we have follow-up, we have help with material support after the babies are born, as well as, you know, helping moms. Sometimes they need help with a resume and mentors and things like that. So
you're not an organization that just like, oh, okay, here you go, and then we send you out in the world. You do the follow through and stay with.
and quite
your
frankly, I
mamas.
think most pro-life organizations around the country do that.
But that's, you know, you'll talk to someone who is, I'm going to call them abortion advocate, okay? Because the pro-choice just, I got to come up with a new term. But often they'll say that, and they'll say, oh, but you know what? They just take care of them one time, and that's it. I said, well, so that's on purpose. That's why I said that, because they don't believe that. I said, well, find out. You got to find out what the truth is.
And how long have you been an organization? Approximately. I mean.
Yeah, we were a non-medical facility, a women's health center from the mid-'80s, and then we took that organization and separated and then remerged in the 90s. So we
Been around?
we did it the hard way.
How many women do you think, on an average, do you guys turn around? You know, from going to an abortion to per
Generally,
year, because I know it's hard to, if I go back all those years, it's you know, probably quite a few.
most years we have around 500 women who were actively seeking abortion,
Right.
undecided to what they want to do, or just abortion vulnerable. Someone was trying to push abortion. They, like in the movie Unplanned, if I were selling abortions, I could sell one. You know,
Yeah.
So they're vulnerable. So there are about 500 a year women who come through our offices that fit those categories and choose life.
Wow.
And that's just, you're in the Phoenix area. Right.
Yeah, we have 2 Phoenix offices, 7th Street in Dunlap and 35th in McDowell. So they're tough neighborhoods.
That's really good. That's very impressive, and I know that you have volunteers
We do.
in your organization. And I know that's Mary started out as a volunteer, right?
Is this a national organization or no?
We're not. We're under a national affiliate.
Okay. Wow.
So it's Life Choices Women's Clinics. I have it upside. I'm reading it upside down, which is really an excellent name for it, because a lot of these women don't understand there is a choice, and we're so happy to be a part of this, because they have somewhere else to go. Now, when you go and you're outside an abortion clinic, Planned Parenthood can't be happy to see you. So I bet you have some good experiences, some interesting experiences to talk about that.
Well, there have certainly been some counter protesters over the years, but you know, if God has a plan, it's not going to be effective. So, you know, sometimes the chaos is so much. And I remember one day there were quite a few counter protesters in the Planned Parenthood parking lot, and the police were called for something, and there were some police cars blocking the drive-in and the parking, and so this woman parked in the street, and our bus was there on the street, and so I went up to her and just started talking to her, and they weren't paying attention to me. They probably thought she was someone I knew. When, as we started walking to the bus, everything kind of exploded. I'm like, hurry, you know, we've got to get on the bus, because
She's got one.
Yeah, because, you know, it's just, in all that chaos, there was a clear path made.
Wow.
So,
Oh,
and it saved a baby's life.
I love that. I love that story. It's such important work you do. And you guys had your own pre-screening of Unplanned last week,
We did.
right, on the site?
Yeah, we had 2 theaters.
And you were trying to get younger people. Tell us how that went.
I thought it went very, very well. We invited students from Grand Canyon University and Glendale Community College and our own patients. And we had 2 theaters. One was completely full, the other one probably about 2/3 full.
That's good, though.
And yeah, a lot of young people. It's when they came out, they would say things, and that they knew those experiences. They recognized things from the video that they had experienced themselves in many cases, and so
Kind of confirming things that had
reality.
happened in the movie. Because as we were
Yeah.
talking before the show, and there's been some feedback. Oh, that's propaganda. And I challenged someone as, well, tell me what's untrue about it. But you're saying these people had firsthand experience.
I'm going to encourage you to have on your show one of our guests who worked for Planned Parenthood.
Oh, I'd love it.
Post-abortive herself.
Let's book it.
I think she's Latino, but I'm not 100% sure.
Awesome.
And she came to the movie and watched the show, and she walked out and said, "This was my life story. I just watched my life story on the video."
Wow.
And how many more do we know that, they just haven't come forward?
That's right.
That's, in that movie, it was so gutsy for her to do that. And everything, I mean, I only know what I saw in the movie. I can't imagine. I would love to just spend like hours with Abby Johnson and talk to her.
I wonder if she would have seen a movie like Unplanned prior to her having that experience and becoming a director of Planned Parenthood. Would she have changed her mind? Because she already had one daughter. She had her.
I bet it would have
She
affected.
had 2 abortions, and then she had the one daughter, and then she saw that the baby being killed inside that hospital, and that's
It's a
what
sonogram. Yeah.
with the sonogram, and that's what made her finally make that decision that she did. But what if she would have seen a movie like Unplanned, just gave it a, because she seemed like the kind that would challenge you on, she believed
a
on her
believer.
cause.
She was a believer.
On
like
her
we talk
cause.
about reproductive health and everything.
She believed it until she saw that it was a quota thing. How many, they wanted more women getting abortions, and the total had to go up. And she's like, wait a minute, we're supposed to be working with the women and trying to find she was in there for a different reason, and then she saw that it was a big sham. And I wonder if she had seen a movie like Unplanned, if it would have made her.
Well, I bet
make
it would
that
have
decision
affected her. Of course, she had all those experiences. And I think I know too what you're getting at, because as I watched the movie, I kept thinking like, well, I don't want to tell you too much about the movie if you haven't seen it, but all the experiences that she had, I think it kind of, everything was building and building. I mean, her husband was very pro-life. Her parents were very pro-life, but they loved her and supported her, even though they really didn't support what was happening at Planned Parenthood. But
It's an interesting movie.
It had so much in there. Please, if you haven't seen it, I mean,
Yeah.
I can't stress enough. You've got to give it a chance. And I would even
Go with an open mind. Go with an open mind. Whether you believe it or not, go and watch the movie and make your own mind. Make your mind up. Is this something that you're going to continue following as working in an abortion clinic, or believing that abortion is okay,
or funding Planned Parenthood.
or funding
Some
Planned
people
Parenthood?
have asked. It's rated R. But I think I don't have any kids, but I think if I had a 13-year-old, teenagers or whatever, I would take them to see the movie.
No, I think teens
I would
should
take
go,
them.
but I do think that the parents should be warned, and the R rating.
I mean, go see it first if you're unsure.
Have
See it by
conversations.
yourself first.
To be ready to have conversations with your children about what they're seeing, because it is disturbing, but it's not that bad that
Right.
Yeah.
you can't go. There's so many worse movies that are peachy, that are gory, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did a very good job with it. A lot of thought and effort went into it, I think.
absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was
And
really
I'd
impressed.
encourage, if you've already seen it, take take other people. Take people,
Yes.
other people, because it really will change the way they view the whole abortion um, position. And a good example is someone who's just kind of removed from it. Maybe they're, they're not pro-abortion, but they're
No, it's not
they
that
don't
bad.
think about it. They don't think about abortion very much. This is a movie that will really make us think a little
It
bit
has
more.
so much information. Is what I liked. The different things of information. Because this woman actually was there. She was a director of a Planned Parenthood and one of the youngest, I think, directors ever. And it just had such real information. And she had had an abortion herself.
Yeah,
And she took the pill.
two abortions.
Yeah. And so there were two different type abortions that she had. I really don't have any criticisms of a movie, and I criticize everything, but George and I were there. It's hard to watch, I'm not going to kid you, but it makes you just appreciate especially all the work that you guys do. And when you go, if you go to Laugh for Hope, and I hope that you do, okay, and if you can't go, maybe buy some tickets for somebody else that can go, or pass along, or maybe you can't go, write these guys a check, $10-20, whatever. It's tax deductible. We just did our taxes, and I had this from last year, and I said, okay, you know what? Here's my donation. You can do that because they have gals that have benefited from it. They get up and you can talk to them, and they give you their life story.
Yeah, and it's tax credit season.
That's right. That's right. So we still have time.
Yeah.
And you look at the way the college and these institutions they brainwash these women, and they say, well, you have to have, you should be, nobody should tell you what to do with your body. You should be able to do whatever. Nobody should tell you that you should go get an abortion. You shouldn't go, or you should not get an abortion because that's your body. But these movies tell you a lot about the truth behind getting an abortion, and what, to them it's a quota. They want body parts. They want, it's just the truth. I mean, it's a business, and and here the American public is giving them the money, they're funding.
Yes, we need to defund Planned Parenthood because they have a lot of money already. What do they get? $500 million?
A lot of money.
I think is what comes from taxpayer dollars.
And without that money, they would not exist. In the movie, it's daunting. They wanted to build a bigger clinic, and they want the quota to go up.
What are some ways that our audience out there can really support you guys besides, we talked about obviously the fundraiser and things like that.
Well, the tax credit's really a huge thing because a tax credit, you actually get the money back when you file the taxes if you have a tax liability. So the way a tax credit works is you can we're a charitable organization, so we fall under the charitable tax credit, which is Form 321 when you file your taxes. And you can get $400 for a single tax filer or $800 for a joint married tax filer. And that is money that is kind of a win-win because you can take the deduction on the federal, possibly, if it works with your taxes. And if then when you file the state taxes, you get it back as a credit. So in other words, if you owe $1,000 liability for taxes to the state of Arizona, but you've given $800 to a charitable tax credit, they're going to take $800 off that liability, and you'll only have to pay $200.
And you have the satisfaction of knowing that money went to a great cause, and not who knows where in your taxes or what things that you don't care about.
Yeah, it's a really.
It's the American way. I'm gonna tell you, right?
It's the American way.
American way to do that.
So take advantage of the tax credit. The deadline's April 15th, so tax day. And you can go to our website, prolifearizona.com, make a donation online right up until midnight on the 15th. And it'll count. We send a receipt out, and you file the Form 321 and just put down that you had a tax credit to reduce your tax liability to the state of Arizona.
Awesome. So money goes to obviously to fund this organization and take that mobile clinic and make affordable. Are they sonograms? What are they called?
We do ultrasounds at both offices and on the mobile clinic. We have an ultrasound machine on the bus.
Wow.
And it's so cool. I mean, you have to go see it, But you think, oh, how can they do everything in that little trailer? Okay, but it's very organized and it's very comfortable. I remember, being a tour and just, you really feel like you're in a little doctor's office. I mean, you guys just do a great job.
Exactly
It's
what it is. Yeah.
really impressive to do.
And you have doctors actually
We
certified?
have 2 doctors who are volunteers, but we have a women's health care nurse practitioner that's on staff.
Okay.
So we have different levels of practitioners.
Oh,
And
okay.
then we have ultrasound techs and RNs, and
Wow.
we have a fairly good sized staff now. A combination of the paid staff and the volunteers.
It's
That
awesome.
is nice.
It's great. Yeah, you got to see that mobile clinic. It's very cool. I can't say enough about it. Can you tell I'm sold on the mobile clinic?
Well, our new services too is the abortion pill rescue.
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me to talk
Yeah.
about that.
That's in the movie. They show that that Abby Johnson, the character that plays her, takes the abortion pill and thinks she's going to sit in the bed and read the book. And it's really not how the abortion pill works. Women usually go to the doctor because they feel sick and they get a pill and start feeling better. This is kind of the reverse of that. And so the
Wow.
experience that she had in the movie is what we hear women talking about when they come into our office and tell us about their abortion pill
Wow.
experiences. But so often the woman, she takes the abortion pill because she's under so much pressure, and almost as soon as she takes it, she starts having regrets and wants to change her mind. And there's the abortion pill. What it does, it's going to cut off nutrients to the pregnancy. So progesterone, which is a natural hormone found in our bodies, can help pregnancies grow healthy. So women have low progesterones, may have some miscarriages, and they can just take progesterone supplements. And a lot of people know people who take progesterone in pregnancies just to help them avoid miscarriage. Well, that same medication can help with the abortion pill reversal process.
Wow.
And so if we can get women into our office quick enough, we can do an ultrasound, kind of see how that pregnancy is progressing. And one of the things that we find is that when we're doing that first ultrasound after the abortion pill, the heart rate's frequently very, very high. Sometimes we're seeing even the tiniest babies agitated, they're moving, and babies that we really don't typically see moving at that age. And so we give them the progesterone, and then we see them again every few days while we continue her treatment and monitoring the pregnancy to make sure that pregnancy is continuing.
Sheila, how immediately do they have to come to you after they've taken the pill?
Ideally within 12 hours.
Within 12
but
hours.
We have had successes greater than 24 hours when the baby should have
Really?
been dead by that point. And yet we still see the heartbeat, the agitated movement, and she starts the progesterone. We've had some success. We have 3 babies right now who their mothers took abortion pills, and the babies are doing fine.
Wow.
It doesn't cause no side effects or.
Birth defects, things like that. No, they're
So they monitor
they're
them.
it's well documented. You can go to the abortion pill reversal website and you can read about the outcomes. So there have been some cleft palates, some problems. However, those happen in
Regular
Always
pregnancy.
non-abortion pills. The biggest, of course, problem is that not all the reversals are successful. So some babies die.
I have to ask
And that's
you,
very hard.
does plant, I probably know the question, the answer, but I will ask you because you're the expert. Does Planned Parenthood tell these women who take the pill, now, you know what, if you change your mind, come back and see us
It's
in a
kind of
few
the
hours.
opposite.
That's probably not going to happen, right?
We've been told the opposite, that women, it was not a patient of ours, but it was a patient who was sitting in the Glendale Planned Parenthood, and they told her it could not be reversed. And she
They actually
but,
told her it could not be reversed.
and that's what she told us, yeah. But she had a smartphone, and she's sitting there, and so she Googled abortion pill reversal and contacted the national hotline, which is the right thing to do. We would encourage patients to call because they're going to find the closest doctor to them. And so she found out there was a doctor literally across the street who could do the reversal.
Wow.
And she got out of Planned Parenthood, walked across the street to the doctor's office. He started the progesterone treatments almost immediately, and that baby was born several years ago. So Smartphones are not Planned Parenthood's best friend.
Oh my goodness. What a great story.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's kind of new. How long have you guys been able to offer this?
I think it's been about two years,
2
maybe
years.
3 years. Yeah, that
That's
we've been doing
fantastic.
the abortion pill reversals.
That's fantastic. Is that becoming, I would think that would be becoming a popular way to do abortion because it seems so, oh, okay, I'll just take a pill. I'm just going to take a pill. I don't have to do anything else more physical than that. Although in the movie you'll learn a little differently.
And if you research it, you'll learn differently. There's a lot online women telling their experiences about that's not quite that easy. They take a pill and the pregnancy goes away. It's a miserable experience.
Wow.
What could you say to someone? Because my thing is, I'm trying to encourage as many people out there to watch this movie as possible. I mean, I'm willing to pay for someone to even go to the movie if they really don't want to go. And what could you tell someone to encourage them to see it? That's maybe like, there was someone I talked to last night, and they're like, oh, I really don't think that I could watch that movie. And I was saying, there's a couple of rough parts, but everyone needs to watch it because this is reality. This is really what happens. I mean, what would
But
you
it's
offer?
actually not. There are rough parts, but it is a story of redemption. It is a story.
Yeah,
And you see kind of the joy as her life.
it's a happy
changes.
ending. You're right.
Absolutely, and even the fact that she had an abortion, she has some reconciliation with that. She has peace with that, which so many women don't have. And part of it is because she told her story, and she didn't hide it away. And so
Right.
it is hard to watch some parts of it, but because the conversions are so important, I think it's very uplifting for us to see what's happening, because she's not alone of the people who've left the abortion clinics and are telling their story. She has a group of 500 herself, but there are women here in Phoenix who've left the abortion industry that aren't any part of a group. They've had share that experience, and we only see those conversions one direction.
True.
In the movie, the doctor who does the abortion is Dr. Anthony Levantino, who was an abortionist, who did thousands of abortions before he had his conversion, and is now,
Boy, he does a good job. So he's actually not a professional actor.
No, he's a doctor.
He did a fantastic job in that movie because oh my goodness. But yeah, you know what? You make a good point because it is, parts are really rough to. I mean, I was sitting next to George, and George's wife Deanna was next to him, and you can feel the tensions. But you were right. The movie is uplifting. It has real people in it, and there is a lot of joy, and you come away happy. I get what you're saying about that, and so glad that she did what she did because she's there to tell the story, and she stepped up to tell that story that needs to be told. And there are other women too. Did you already share that on the air about the gal that said afterwards she had seen that sheep? She said, that's my
It's
last
my
one.
life, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
A girl, they've got girls that have done abortion at 14, right? Or 12. But they can't go see the movie because it's rated R.
Yeah.
I was reading an article about that, and I was like, it's amazing. You start thinking about things like that. They can have an abortion, but they can't go watch the movie about abortions. Wow.
Yeah, I read someone compared this movie to the Uncle Tom's Cabin of the slavery movement. And you don't want to miss out on that.
Oh my goodness.
Because it does feel like a movie that's going to change tides.
Yeah, and I mean already the fact that they blocked it, they didn't want to, certain people didn't want to advertise it, the Twitter deal that happened, and I believe, like we were talking earlier, it actually backfired, and it's helping that movie because what is it? Was it like number 5? And typically the conservative movies, when they come out, they don't get much play, but this thing was done right. It was in a lot of theaters. It got promotion, and we came out and we supported it, and we're still continuing. I mean, I try every day to post something on Facebook about it, and try to, I need a T-shirt. I need a T-shirt or something, or a button to wear. Maybe I wear my button all the time. Maybe I should wear something with you guys just to remind myself to tell people, go to see the movie. Support these organizations because you are changing the world, and you're saving lives. I mean, what could be more important than that? These innocent.
Because they're advertising.
lives.
I listen to 550, and the commercial plays on there unplanned, and I was like, wow.
But they've been blocked from advertising in some networks, and as you mentioned, Twitter. But what's amazing, and this shows the power of the movie, is the Twitter followers have about 328,000 Twitter followers for Unplanned. And Planned Parenthood, which has been around a lot longer, only has 260,000 followers.
Oh, they surpassed Planned Parenthood. That's awesome.
By about 50,000.
328. Wow.
328 to 260. And so, that's why, when I say there's a momentum here, you don't want to miss out on that. You want to go see that movie.
There really is. And then even after, the movie hopefully will be out in theaters for quite a while. The more we support it, the more it will stay
And
out
take a
there.
friend, and go see the movie and judge for yourself. But go see the movie.
You will not be disappointed. I mean, if you are disappointed, would you call me and George and tell us, something?
Our group one of our theaters had a group of mothers and teenage daughters go, and that's really profound. That those mothers are, watching this movie because they don't want their daughters to be sucked into that mindset of abortion and birth control and abortion. There's a cycle there that happens, so they want with their daughters, and so they walked out with that. I think it was a better bond that they experienced that together.
And you and I talked about too, like I was in high school, 1973, and that's when Roe versus Wade. But if you thought about back then Planned Parenthood, you would think that you'd walk into this wonderful organization and it would have child development classes and teach you all about Planned Parenthood, how to plan to be a parent. I mean, I'm sure they got that name on purpose to do that. But do they have anything like that, Sheila?
No.
At Planned Parenthood?
No, that's the pro-life clinics. So.
Doing the job that Planned Parenthood should be doing, but they're not.
And people think that Planned Parenthood provides important cancer screenings, but they're doing fewer and fewer woman pap exams, and they're not doing mammograms. So
they don't even do mammograms.
That's right. So we're providing woman paps and breast exams. We don't do mammograms either. Those go to radiologist. But there are other clinics, many other clinics across the country, many other clinics in Arizona that are providing those screenings that people are scared that if Planned Parenthood doesn't receive funding, won't be provided. But that's not true.
So I'm writing down Planned Parenthood, no mammals. I mean, I've heard that before, but we can say that. They don't. I just had mine done the other day. But the truth has to come out, and sunlight, once it's out there, it's a good thing. It really is. Okay, we're down to like about 9 minutes. So what did we not cover, Sheila, that we need to cover? This is just, guys, this is just a great organization, Life Choices Women's Clinic. We got 2 locations, right? This is their big fundraiser. And we've been a part of it. Okay, I'm going to read this. 2018 Life Choices Women's Clinics, they provided 6,509 office visits. Nice. 4,187 pregnancy tests. 1,823 ultrasounds. 704 STD and HIV tests. Direct assistance to 182 clients. 2,006 medical services. I wonder if you went and called Planned Parenthood, if they could say this. You know what, George? Should we call them tomorrow and find out and ask them? All that.
But they actually go get their annual report online.
Yeah. I mean, if you are thinking about writing a check for Planned Parenthood, write it to these guys because they need your money. Okay, they need your money more. Okay. And I kind of interrupted you there because I thought I wanted to read that letter because
Yeah.
the newsletter had all that good information.
Well, we had a story in our last newsletter about a woman who went to an abortion clinic, and they wanted about $550 for the abortion. She didn't have it, so she started calling around on her phone from the abortion clinic, and she calls our clinic, and we invite her in to just come and see if we could help her with our services. We did an ultrasound, a medical visit, and when she did the ultrasound, she said that changed everything. She saw her baby, and she stopped wanting an abortion. But the abortion clinic called her back and said, "Oh, there's a fund. Someone donated money, so now we can give you that abortion for $250 instead of $550."
Is that right?
And she said, "Oh wow, the price they put on her baby's head, that someone was willing to donate money to, and that little boy's alive now." So she looks at that baby and thinks someone was willing to pay $250 to help destroy his life. And
what a good story.
that's
Wow.
it's kind of incredible that they were going to still try to get $250
Wow.
and wanted. I know people were trying to be benevolent, trying to help women in crisis, but that wasn't the help she needed. She got the help she needed from us. We showed her baby. We were been able to help her, come alongside her, over the year and a half since that happened, and helped her through the pregnancy, and now with diapers and other things that she struggles with a little bit, but she's doing really well, and she loves her son.
That's great. It's kind of a mindset change too, I think, and you see that happen in the movie, and it's our culture. Our culture is kind of, we've had abortion with us for such a long time now. I think a lot of times maybe a lot of us don't stop to think about it enough.
And then that Roe v. versus Wade, who they named it after,
1973.
she changed her mind years later, and they still use the Roe versus Wade as their rallying point. They said they want to kill Roe versus Wade, but the person who's named after didn't believe in it after she won the case, but after that, over the years,
They used her.
They used her.
They really did.
Yeah, and that baby was born before Roe v. Wade ever got to the Supreme Court.
Wow.
And her name was Norma McCorvey, and she worked for the pro-life movement. So that's the direction these conversions happen.
And how many people? A lot of people still don't even know that because they try to hide information from you as well. So get out there, like she says. There's the internet. There's plenty of information to go out there and see all those stories. Because if you think this movie is strictly propaganda, well, you can think that, but there's other stories to support that. You know what? No, it's not. It really happens. It really happens out there. She's not the only one. All right, we got 4 minutes left.
And the Republican Party had a viewing the day before you guys had your viewing. The Republican Party had their viewing in Aguatuki. You guys had your viewing the next day. We went to the viewing at the other
Pre-screening.
The pre-screening. So a lot of people are interested, and if you haven't seen it, you should go see it. And I think it's a movie that will.
Let us know about it. Let us know what you think after you see the movie. If you can. And by the way, too, email me for some free tickets. We're going to give these tickets away. Alice, ALICE, at N Salsa Show.com.
Both of us are going to go to that laugh.
Yeah, come laugh with us.
Come laugh with us. And you will. It's great, and you'll get to meet Sheila will be down there. And Mary will be there. She's not on camera, but
I've never gone to that, and I will go this time.
Excellent. Good, George.
You're going to really enjoy it. And great people. You go, you'll make some new friends. We always do. Yeah. It's good. I hope you can get your mobile clinic. And if you can't, we'll keep our audience posted as to when maybe they can check that out. They could probably go on site and on your website, right?
Go to prolifearizona.com, and it's pro-lifearizona.com. If you've seen the movie and you feel like you need someone to talk to, call and talk to us. Come visit one of our counselors if you just want to see how to get more involved.
Yeah.
Remember, it's Laugh for Hope. That's the name of the fundraiser.
Life Choices Women's Clinic, that's who it's benefiting. And maybe you know somebody out there who could, like Sheila says, could benefit from the services. Or you just want some education and you have questions, you have people to talk to. You got fantastic people like my good friend Mary, who works down there too. And we're just really honored and thrilled to be affiliated and a part of this organization. And come back maybe after the fundraiser and let us know how you did, and can do that. We should go down and take a tour of your office. I've been to the mobile clinic. We need to go down and take a tour of the office. We're always doing stuff and so busy. So your website for Life Choices is?
The pro-lifearizona.com is where you can get information about volunteering, making a donation, tax credit, Laugh for Hope.
Okay, you can get all that. And then Laugh for Hope. Remember, free tickets, Alice at chipsandsalsashow.com. And we're going to give you free tickets. You can go there. And that's going to be Friday, April 26th. It starts at 7 p.m., but we go there early so we can check things out and everything. It's at the Madison Center for the Arts. I know where that is. That looks like a really nice facility. I'm excited to go there. And that's 5601 North 16th Street. Very centralized, whatever part of the valley you live in. You know what? Maybe you live in Tucson, you're watching us. That's worth the drive. Come up Friday, have some early dinner. Come up before the traffic, have some early dinner. Go see the show.
We'll remind you next week about it too.
Yeah. The doors open at 6 p.m. And you can purchase tickets at laughhopephx.com or call. If you're a person that likes to call 480-448-5600. 480-448-5600. I want to thank Sheila Riley for coming out here, Director of Life Choices Benefit, and I want Women's Clinic, and I want to thank Mary. Mary always puts this together, Mary Greatinger. She does a great job. I'm Alice Lara. This is the Chips and Salsa Show with
Don Jorge.
Please join us again next Thursday evening. We'll be here at 7 p.m. We're going to have a great show. We're going to have Alton Zhang. He's with the Teenage Republicans. And we're also having Miranda Myers. And she's with that Tea Party event on the 15th. It's going to be a rockin' show. And we'll talk some more about Laugh for Hope.
And we'll be here at the People's House broadcasting live for our show.
Please share this show if you've watched it. Share it on your Facebook page, maybe any groups, and it's a good information for people to go. And thank you so much.
And if you haven't, and you would like to volunteer for the Republican Party, come down to the People's House any day of the week, and talk to some of the staff here, and ask how you can be involved in the Republican Party and how you can help in your legislative district.
Trump 2020.
And we're going to re-elect Trump in 2020.
It's all good. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and we'll see you next week here on the Chips and Salsa Show. Chipsters, thank you very much for your support. Thank you so much for Sheila for coming in.
George.
Appreciate it. Have a great week. Okay. Awesome, ladies.
Can I leave some of these with you?
Yes, I'll leave some out here too,
Okay,
so people
perfect.
can have, and then I'll take some too.
And I'm wondering if we should try to get a table at the rally on the 15th.
Oh, George, the tables are free, right?